I'm Asanga, a senior fellow from the Millennium Project. My question is coming from Sri Lanka. Recently, Sri Lanka leased out an airport which was built by China to India and Russia. Is there a sort of a strategic intent of India bringing in Russia to the region? And how does the United States view this particular deal, which is leased out 30 years for India and Russia, to two companies? Thank you.
Well, I would say, I can't speak for the U.S. government. You would have to ask them what they think. In general, a small country like Sri Lanka, in the middle of intense international rivalries, I find there's been an interesting part of my education, spending more time in Asia in the last 25 years and thinking about South Asia, East Asia, Indo-Pacific more, that neutrality and non-alignment, that neutrality in the Western sense, which is largely a legal framework, and non-alignment, which is a much more popular concept in this part of the world, are kind of different. Non-alignment is often about, okay, neutrality is sort of sitting entirely at home, kind of like Switzerland. I'm not going to join things, I'm not going to, and I'm going to have strict laws about what I will and won't do, and so on and so forth. Non-alignment is more like, okay, I'll give the Chinese enough so that they'll be okay with me, but then I need to give India something too. I need for everybody, all the major players, to prefer their status quo in their relationship with me than to try and push me too hard. And it looks to me like what we're seeing is Sri Lanka is playing this kind of, game, which is, this is I don't know what the alternative would be. So here we are. I'm not myself worried that the Russian Air Force is about to become a major operator in the Indian Ocean. So I would probably say, just from the outside, without any inside knowledge of this, that the Americans would regard the gain for India as outweighing a gain for Russia in that situation. And it's possibly easier for India to do this in partner. India needs ways to assert its independence, both because this is what people believe, but also for public opinion, a government. So India doing things that raise the flag, we are non-aligned, we are India, we are not an ally, we are not a puppet, right, is part of what has to happen. Without knowing a lot of the details, my sense would be this is one of the places where the Americans are probably least worried about India doing the kinds of things that sometimes it needs to do. But I don't know. Aparna, you may know more.
I agree with you. It's more about strategic autonomy. We prefer that to non-alignment these days.
Yeah. That's right. Now, India, right, non-alignment is for small countries that feel weak, right? Strategic autonomy is for strong, big countries. And there is a difference between the two. There is a difference.
French like it as well, so yeah.
Yeah, the French like it a lot.
Yeah.